Alright, as you can see from the title, this is a settings video. From my last video, I had a comment asking if I could make one. So, here I am. I'm gonna get right into it. And I'm only gonna go over the most important settings that I think will actually affect gameplay. And yeah, let's get started. So, first, interact problem style, I think is important. I would put that on compact. Makes interacting with items smaller so you can see more. Default compact. Next, I think crosshair damage feedback everyone should turn off. This is hit markers. If I shoot a dummy, you can see, hit marker that most FPS players are used to and have seen. I like to turn it off though because you don't really need hit markers in this game. There's already a bright light. Next important setting, I would say, not damage numbers, health bar. I would enable this health bar. This is really important. Ever since the new update, you can see health bars when you shoot someone. Pretty OP. Next, I would turn off hop up pop up, so you can see a little bit more again. So I have Mozambique with the hammer points right now. If I switch weapons, hold it, you don't see anything in the bottom right. If I turn it on, if I can find it again, right there, and I swap to it, it'll tell me what the hammer points do. That's just another little thing blocking a little bit of my game. But I'd say turn it off. Next important thing, a performance display, turn it on. Look in the top right, you can see FPS, ping, packet loss. That's pretty important. I also think your reticle is important, so there's different colors and you can change what map it shows it on. Some good ones I know is like kind of a yellowish, orangish color. Kind of bright. Greenish blue is also pretty good. Maybe some magenta purple. Right now I'm on kind of a greenish bluish color. Laser sight doesn't really matter, I just keep it on white. Yeah, that's everything in gameplay that is important. Moving on to mouse and keyboard. So here I'm on 0.6. Sometimes I'll increase it a little bit within a range of 0.6 to 0.7. But I'm on 0.6 right now as of recording this. Now ADS per object sensitivity. I'm still kind of changing this very slowly. But for now, these are my settings. Next is important, mouse acceleration. I would turn that off. If you want to use any sort, if you don't know what mouse acceleration is, I would research that a little bit. It's hard for me to explain. It's kind of a whole thing. If you want to use it, I would just still turn this off in game and instead use something called raw accel. Mouse invert is also an important setting in my opinion. I would turn that off. So unless you're used to an inverted mouse, then I guess turn it on, but yeah, most people are gonna have this off. I have it off. Yeah, I think it's easier. For keybinds, this is all preference, but I'll quickly scroll through so you can see it all. Another thing, I think it's pretty important to have separate crouches for hold and toggle. For like doing different things. So like if I'm super gliding or like moving around, I'll use my hold one. I can like go on a dime and stop crouching, or press it if you need to start crouching. It's also easier to crouch spam that way. Do that, which I honestly don't. I might really do it for super gliding, which I can't hit right now. There we go. And then for toggle, I'll press control once, crouch around. Maybe if like you want to go AFK or rat or sneak up on someone, a little bit easier on whatever finger you use to crouch. You only have to press it once. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. This is one of my side buttons. So for ADS as well, I think it's important. I know that most players, and not just in Apex too, and a lot of FPS games, their ADS aim down sight button is hold. So you would hold it, and you would ADS. For me though, so this is what it would look like. You could spam it, you know, whatever. However, recently I have been on toggle for actually quite a minute because I just only have to press right click once and it makes me aim better. And the reason why is because instead of having to hold down with my finger, I click it once. Continuously holding right click will do strain on your finger, and strain is generally bad for aiming. You don't really want to tense up your aiming, or else you'll start like kind of jittering if you do it for too long. I'd say try it. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna be really hard to get used to. It took me a while, but I would try toggle. Make the switch. Do it. Alright, well, keep going. For changing weapons, I think most people actually, at least most people that play on M&K, have a button for weapon 1 and weapon 2. I don't have that. Instead, I just have one of my second mouse side button. Just cycle weapons. So if I just keep pressing it, it'll just cycle. I don't want to use 2 buttons, and yeah, I think this works out just fine. This use selected health item is just a placeholder. I don't actually use that button. Instead, I just use my numbers 1 through 5 for all my different health items. I don't ever pull up the wheel to heal. I just remember what button it is. That way it's just a little bit faster. You don't have to spend, you know, that 0.3 seconds switching it on the wheel. Alright, now for controller. I don't really play on controller much, but when I do, these are the settings I use. I know most people are on 4-3 linear. Me though, I'm a 3-3 kind of guy. 4-3 is too fast for me. I don't know. 3-3 is the sweet spot for me. I don't use ALCs. Small movement dead zone. No look dead zone. I don't have drift yet. Alright, now for video settings. So starting with display mode, this is important. Everyone should be on full screen. Get the most FPS that way. Maybe you could get away with borderless windowed. But I think full screen also allows your brightness to actually take effect. Aspect ratio. I'm on 69. I'm not on stretch res. I'm on native. I've tried stretch res. I don't really care for it. Resolution on my maximum is 1920 by 1080. Brightness, I'm at 67%. I think if you have it too bright, it'll kind of hurt your eyes. But if you have it too low, it'll be hard to see things. FOV, I have it maxed. There is a way to do 120. You could Google that, find out. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. I don't know. FOV ability scaling is also important. I'll disable that. That way, there's less variation in your screen and what you're seeing. Consistency is key. Same with sprint view shake, put that to minimal. Less movement, less shaking, easier time seeing. Next, in these advanced settings, these go kind of hand in hand with my actual video settings file that is in my Apex folders. I have literally everything set to off or 0 or low, just the lowest setting possible, except for my texture streaming budget, which I leave at 4 GB, and NVIDIA Reflex, but it enabled plus boost. If you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, I don't think this will be an option for you, unfortunately, but you definitely want to do enable plus boost. NVIDIA Reflex decreases system latency Also increases FPS a little bit, I believe. Alright, so next I'm gonna get into my Apex Legends video setting file. So first you're gonna wanna go to your C drive, and then users, then your username, and then click on saved games, respawn, and then here you will see Apex, or you should see Apex. I'm hoping you see Apex, otherwise I don't know what to tell you, sorry. I also have this, which is my R5 Reloaded folder, but otherwise you're gonna want to go into just regular Apex, go to local, and then right here, videoconfig.txt. To edit this, you could just double click it, it should bring up Notepad, or you could right click and edit. So after this is brought up, yours is going to look different from mine, probably. The important settings here, if you scroll down, are the CSM settings. If you set these to 0, they will disable most, if not all, shadows in your game. I'll put a comparison on screen so you can see the difference from all of these being 0 versus leaving them at default. After you're done with that though, make sure you press file and then save. And you can close out of it. After you're done with that, make sure you right click it. For you, there's probably going to be an option that says show more, and then you can click properties. But either way, we want to get to the properties. And then right here, attributes, make sure it's on read only. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this video. Those are all the settings and the ones I think are important. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you thought I missed, or if you have any questions. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.